So in order for me to connect the dots faster on who we all truly are, I've also been doing some research on the 12 zodiac signs. A lot of research on them. And I will admit, before I go into what I want to talk about for this video, off the top of my head, all 12 names of them, I do not know them by heart. But what I do know, based off of the information that I just studied, how they connect with the elements of the universe, and how the elements connect with the chakras of the universe. It led me to believe that even the 12 zodiacs themselves label and describe our spiritual divine capabilities and or our spiritual divine powers thereof. So I'm going to just do some more research on them, and then I'm going to have all 12 names memorized off the top of my head, and I'll be able to shoot them out to you as I go. But here, the four major elements though: earth, water, air, and fire. There are 3 zodiac signs, according to their information, which connect to all 4 of those specific elements. Meaning there are 3, according to the information that I studied, there are 3 zodiac signs which connect to earth. There are 3 zodiac signs which connect to water. There are 3 zodiac signs which connect to air. No, it's fire first. And then there are 3 zodiac signs which connect to the air. It goes earth, water, fire, and air. Just like the chakra setups are. The root chakra being the earth, the earth element's connections. The water element being the sacral chakra's connection. And the fire element being the solar plexus chakra connection. And the air element being the heart chakra's elemental connection. They are constituents of these chakras. These elements are. And there are 3 zodiac signs in which are, according to the information that I studied, constituents of our spiritual powers and or our spiritual capabilities, which these signs are. According to the information, my specific zodiac sign, I am labeled and described as a Pisces. My actual quote-unquote birthday comes up this year or this month on February 24th, which is just a couple of days away actually. Yeah, I was born on your so-called Black History Month. Isn't that something? Long story short in that regard. The element that my sign is constituent of course, water. Water. The other 2 signs which are constituent of my zodiac element are the Scorpio and the Cancer. And now that I think about it more, according to how it's all set up, I don't really read into it too much. I just think about some of the things I've experienced in my days. People who are labeled and described as Scorpios, and even a handful of people who are labeled and described as Cancers, I saw them all as really, really close associates growing up. They were great people for me to be around. But then it's like, I'm born with this whatever the heck I got in my head going off, telling me where the position Christ is in, and the reality about Satan. And then the whole time I'm thinking to myself, how do I even get along with anybody at all? Maybe the Scorpios I met in my life and the Cancers I met in my life were both the constituents of the water elements that I'm a constituent of with them. Maybe it was just a unique timing that I met them. Who knows? But for what I'm gathering though, the elements may hold some kind of key to understanding the zodiac signs, the 12 zodiac signs more, long story short. And in the future, I am going to go more into the zodiac signs and study them based on the information I found thereof and how they contain to the elements. And then another thing I found before I go on to what I really want to talk about for this video, it's going to be about an ethereal woman and a bad bitch. I don't really want to say the profanity, but it's going to be profanity in this video. Just get ready. Unfortunately, it's going to be profanity in this video. Unfortunately. I just have to let you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say things that I'm talking about here. You follow what I'm saying? So, one more note about the 12 zodiacs, and I'm going to move on to my women, to our women. So, I'm going to memorize the 12 zodiacs in the future. Right now, currently, the water element that I am a constituent of holds the signs of Cancer and Scorpio as also water elements along with me. I find that to be interesting because of the relations I had growing up with Scorpios and Cancers. And then finally, how each sign, there are 6 signs that have a masculine gender, and there are also 6 signs that have a feminine gender attached to its information. And immediately, that just brought me to the Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi. Immediately, to the Twin Flames information, the Social Now, the 72,000 Nadis in which connect us directly to the true Most High God of the universe. Immediately, it just brought me to it. As soon as I saw masculine and feminine, and as soon as I saw the arrow pointing down and the arrow pointing to the southwest, or northwest, yeah. As soon as I saw those little symbols, I just started to look more into it, and I just immediately thought, masculine energy in reality is balanced energy, and the feminine energy in reality is the negative energy, which you will label and describe as electron energy. Balanced energy being the neutron energy, or the proton energy, or the positive energy. That's immediately when I thought, when I saw those 2 symbols, I just immediately thought masculine energy, balanced and positive, balanced and or positive, and then feminine energy, negative, period, or space. Now, because of where we are currently. So now, when I look at the 6 zodiac signs connected to the energy of the feminine label, then I look at the 6 zodiac signs, you don't have to watch. Then I looked at the 6 zodiac signs connected to the energy of the masculine. The first things that came to my mind is this: what they put out here for us to be labeled and described as does not have to be what they label, what it says for us to be at all. Meaning we don't have to be what they are telling us to be. We don't have to be what the information of even the 12 zodiacs are telling us to be. Let's not forget, there are 13 months in the first place, aren't there? 13 lunar cycles, right? Isn't that what it really is? We can get into that later. I want to go into my women right now, or talk about our women right now. The thing is, long story short, all the things that we have been told about regarding who and or what we are is what the world and its current infrastructure that was gifted unto us by those foul ancestors of ours for us to grow up on. Everything that this world says and or desires for us to be, we do not have to be it at all, long story short. This is one of the ultimate things I would like to get to you all. We don't have to be anything this world wishes for us to be at all. We do not. Not even what the 12 zodiac signs say. Because it's 12 because we got 12 months, right? But when you look at the old school calendars, we got 13. Moving forward. So here. I said all that because a piece of that story is going to tie into my ultimate discernment of our women. The ultimate discernment of our women. I kind of wanted to base the video around that premise. I kind of want to base that video around this premise right here. Now, here's one of the ultimate quotes for it. If she's not ethereal, she ain't real. If she ain't ethereal, she ain't real. How would you take that? How would you think about that knowledge in regards to what I'm talking about? If she is not ethereal, she is not real. Ethereal, real. The ethereal energy, universally speaking, is a feminine energy, or what we would call the feminine energy at its core. But in reality, it's negative energy at its core. But here's the thing, though, also too, it is a subtle negative energy, universally speaking, physically speaking, or physics speaking. It is a subtle negative energy. What would you call a subtle negative energy? A force. Force. That's what you would call it by itself, as the subtle negative energy. You follow what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though. There is a constituent, or this energy has a constituent power to it, in a way it is connected to other things altogether. You follow what I'm saying? So the subtle negative energy becoming force due to all the things it has connections to, meaning life. It gives it something else to be automatically versus just a force of power that's just going to sit there and not be utilized for any proper reasoning. But you don't use, you lose, right? There's just this force sitting here, not being utilized. Why not? Figure out a way to utilize it then. Maybe this will help. So there's just this negative energy, this negative, subtle negative energy, right? That ain't doing nothing to you, ain't harming you at all. But due to what is connected to this negative, subtle energy, this subtle negative energy, a positive, balanced energy, due to what is connected to it, it becomes more so of a motivating force, and or it becomes a life force. Both of those two things in one. You see? This is what I'm ultimately getting at. So am I saying our women at their core selves, universally speaking, are life force? Yes, absolutely and entirely. In every way possible, way that you can comprehend that statement. Our women are life force at their core. Our women are a motivating life force. Our women are a motivating life force. But here's the thing though, here's what I'm ultimately getting at before I even go on. This is what the ether's characteristics are for us all. Meaning the ethereal realm, meaning the ethereal body. The ethereal realm is a life-giving, motivating force. You want to know why? Because it's connected to a life force. The ethereal realm is connected to a life force. Without the life force, the ethereal realm would just be a force, period. Unto you all, I pray you comprehend exactly what I am saying. Without the life force, the ethereal realm is just a force, period. What is it going to do? Nothing. But if something touches it, something will be done to what touches it. Or if something sees it without being ready to seize it, something will happen to the thing that is not ready to see it. So, how do you tap into this? How do you tap into this energy? First step, become aware of it. Second step, accept it. Third step, apply it. Fourth step, live it. First step, become aware of it. Second step, accept it. Third step, apply it. Final step, live in it. It's the same message. What are you becoming aware of? The characteristics of the ether. What are you accepting? The characteristics of the ether. What are you applying? The characteristics of the ether. And what are you living in? The characteristics of the ether. What is character? The mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. I, myself, am a physical individual, an archangel, with mental and moral qualities, that of Yahweh Shai's. And I am using what I have to label and describe how my wife's characteristical mentalities and traits are. I am married to the ether. The ether is my wife. Not really, just a parable. Because the reality is, I desire to marry a fully melanated woman, right? And I desire for her to have the characteristics of the ether itself. That is something I can respect and admire all day long. I'm sure it's any man. I'm sure any man could. Wouldn't you agree? The characteristics of the ether are nurturing, nourishing, beneficial to all those who are constituents of it, a part of it, in its life. We are God living inside of God. Our literal reality is the true God. We should be doing what we are. Moving forward. So, if she ain't ethereal, she ain't real. What are a few more things I'm getting at here? I have been saying in a few videos about how the first step into the astral is accessing the capabilities of a four-dimensional thinking mind. That was wrong. I'm going to correct that now. The first step into the astral is the access to a six-dimensional thinking mind. Accessing the capabilities of a six-dimensional thinking mind is the first step into the astral. That's the first step into the astral right there. The first step into the ethers thinking mind capabilities is the four-dimensional thinking mind. That's the first step into the ethers characteristics. The ethereal characteristics are the first step into the ether, or the four-dimensional thinking mind's capabilities. Once you start thinking in the 4D mind frame, you are tapping into the ethereal realm's mental capabilities. And they end at the solar plexus chakra's capabilities. So, because remember, your root chakra starts at your three-dimensional thinking mind space. Then your sacral chakra, the first step into the ethereal body. That's your four-dimensional thinking mind. And then your solar plexus chakra after that. That becomes your five-dimensional thinking mind capabilities, your 5D thinking minds. And then you got your 6D thinking mind, your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is where your 6D thinking mind is. The heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra is the blend between the physical and the non-physical. That's the blend between it, like the mitochondria. You got the curvature lines there that curve, that weave in and out as they ascend to the left nostril, or weave in and out as they ascend to the right nostril, like the mitochondria. Then you got your lines in the middle of it, or like the Metatron geometric symbol, to label and describe how the physical is in sync with the non-physical. You follow what I'm saying? The ethereal is the physical, and the astral is the non-physical. The six-dimensional thinking mind is where you first tap into the astral realm's mental capabilities, and the five-dimensional on lower is all ethereal mind capabilities, including the three-dimensional thinking mind space, even though it's complete physical in the 3D. But 4D is the sacral, and 4D puts you in your first step in the ethereal realm thinking mind capabilities. 4D to 5D, all ether. 6D to 9D is all astral. And then after 9D comes quantum and on up. Infinite dimensional thinking mind capabilities. Originally my main goal was to get you all to a 8D. But then once I started seeing more and recognizing how I even have the capabilities to do this, I said I might as well get you to where I am at and beyond. Right now, currently, I rest in the 9D. I want you to get to the 9D and beyond. You will understand before me. Humanity's gonna win. Moving forward, back to our women now. So, I mentioned that because the connection, you see, the connection, the reconnection. We have the good women and we have the bad women. But we only have the bad women due to a disconnection. Due to them being disconnected, you see. But if all of our women were reconnected, how would they be? They'd be virtuous. Because the long story short to the equation is, your first step in the four-dimensional thinking mind space sets you on virtuous grounds to stand upon. Virtuous grounds. Moral perfection. I want to mention this now. Why did I have those two mixed up? Why did I have those two incorrect? Meaning, why did I have the astral realm thought of as an entry to the 4D capabilities, when in reality, the 6D is where it starts, not the 4D. The 4D starts the ethereal realm's capabilities, and the astral realm starts the 6D's capabilities. Why did I have them wrong, though? You want to know why I had them wrong? Because of your man, Saint Pope Gregory I. He rearranged principalities and virtues on the 9 choir hierarchy. Remember, they are all constituents of the same source of power, the life force power, the motivating life force power, the true characteristics of our women that was stolen away from us and turned into thorns beneath our feet versus the water we swim in together, or the grounds we walk on together. See, it's because of people like Saint Pope Gregory I, like him, who just served, didn't know any better. Because people like him and Isaac Newton and Carl Jung and currently Anodea Judith, people like them who don't know nothing, who don't know no better, help strengthen this foundation in which our corrupt ancestors forced us all to grow up upon. The millennials are going to be the ones to save the world, I guarantee it. Analyze the past 40 years of reality. Analyze them thoroughly. What all happened? Why did it happen the way it did? What got us from where we started from to where we are currently, to what's trying to make our outcome be, and or to what's going to be our destination? Millennials are going to be the ones to save the world. What is a millennial? Those who were born from 1985 to 1995. According to what all of these zodiacs and whatnot out here say, that we're out here to tell us who we are. We are one thing, plain and simple, God. Believe that if you want to. But we are all together one thing, even with all the information out here telling us we are thousands and billions of other things all at once. We are all just one thing simply, God. Stand on that idea. Unite with that idea. Fight back with that idea. Win with that idea. Virtuous women. Saint Pope Gregory I, one of the people responsible, or one of the people who were trick-talked and brainwashed and driven into rearranging some things that were a part of our ancestors' design and or our true God's design to let us know who and what we are properly, switched up principalities and virtues on the 9 choir angel hierarchy list. The 9 choir angel hierarchy list. What are the 9 choirs of angels? More information regarding our spiritual divine capabilities. That's what the 9 choirs of angels are. And on the list, virtues is listed as number 7, the 7th highest order, whereas principalities is listed as the 5th highest order. Why is this important? How is this connected to the dimensional hierarchy, the dimensional thinking mind hierarchy? If virtues was still in the same spot that it was, it would have connected to the sacral chakra's information. The sacral chakra connects to the 4-dimensional thinking mind's information. And the sacral chakra's 4-dimensional mind thinking information connects to the water element. And then finally, it also connects to the ethereal body. And also, it connects to our physical subconscious mind's information. If you look at it from a cosmic view. So all that being said, I made the mistake of saying the 4D is a step into the astral mind. And leaving out the importance of the ethereal mind because of what Saint Pope Gregory I did, rearranging our spiritual divine capabilities. Leave it the way it is. You don't need to mess with it. Because let's never forget, the principalities, archangel, or principalities angel, lands directly on the heart of hearts chakra's artwork, which lets us know that the 6-dimensional thinking mind is the first true step into the astral thinking mind. Not the 4D. The 6D is the first step truly into the astral mind. In the 6D's thinking minds, the 6D is the principle of the universe. The 6D is of the heart chakras information. Long story short, because of the rearrangement is why I made the mistake. So now I want to correct it in this moment here before I go on to talk about our women again. That's why I made the mistake of saying that the first step into the astral mind is the 4D thinking mind. But in reality, it's the 6th-dimensional thinking mind. That's the first step into the astral. The first step into the ethereal thinking mind is the 4D. Virtuous, perfect, moral perfection. That's what the 4th-dimensional thinking mind is going to give you when you step into it, when you tap into it, and you really start becoming aware of what it has for you. It's going to bring you moral perfection. You personally, moral perfection. As an individual person in which you are, moral perfection. This is another reason why it was rearranged. Because now principalities, being what you physically stand on, ain't your own. It's somebody else's outside of you. Remember, they all played one role. Ensure those with the mark, meaning visible soul skin, or melanated people, ensure those who have the mark endlessly suffer to death. I'm gonna get over whatever this is, man. I don't want you to hear me making these noises and then you start adopting those traits yourself. I really don't want to hear anybody making the uhs and the as I do in their videos, man. If I had the power to edit all of this out, I would. But I'm working on incarnating into my own personal foundation. I myself am the light. You'll get that later. Moving forward. So, to make the correction once again, the first step into the ethereal mind is a 4-dimensional thinking mind capabilities. Foundational 4, being able to see 4 specific things at once, all at once, as if it's one thing or 4 things at once. And being able to label and describe it perfectly as you see it. That's the first step into the ethereal mind. The ethereal mind. What is the ethereal mind? Long story short, and here's what I wanted to ultimately get at now. Long story short, the ethereal mind is moral perfection. That's what the ethereal mind is. Literal moral perfection. Then what is the astral mind then? The first step into the astral mind? Principle of the universe. Principle heart of hearts. That's what the 6th-dimensional thinking mind will give you. It's to label and describe a summary of what the 6th-dimensional thinking mind tap in would give you. Our true master, the awareness of where it is and where he is. The heart of hearts is our true master. The heart of hearts is the true master of the universe. The soul of the universe is the master of the universe. The soul of the universe is the master of the universe. These people and what they want us to believe in, them ain't our principalities. What the soul of the universe gives us, the life force. This is, period. Back to my women. So, our women have the ability to tap into the 4D mind effortlessly, left and right, acting like they don't, while being able to do it. So meaning, they always know what they're doing. They're just going to act like they don't. But see, here's the thing though. It's a weapon, you see. What kind of weapon is it? to ward off and defend against the men that don't look good or feel good to them, just as the programming tells them to do. Doesn't matter if the man is going to be right for her or wrong for her. Doesn't matter. If he doesn't look good and feel good, he ain't no good at all. And it's just that simple, and it's just the way it is. What can we do about it? Nothing. The only thing that could be done is reestablishing the grounds in which they operate from. This is where I come into play as the moral center. Because the reality is, they're only behaving like this towards any man because the entrenchment tells them to behave like this towards every man. And once she experiences one man who's been destroyed by this world in so many ways, she's going to feel like every man is the same way. But then come to realize, especially when you have access to the four-dimensional thinking mind, every man is also a part of the ethereal. So that means every man within your own nature, you feel like it's bad for you because of what one man did. That's illogical. That's senile, naive. It's destructive. From one destroyer to another. It's a very destructive way of thinking. Where did you get it from? Why do you have it? Why do you use it? Why do you feel these ways? They only act this way towards the men that they do not like, the ones that don't feel good or look good to them. But that's because the entrenchment tells them to feel like they are above them in every way possible. The entrenchment tells them to feel like these type of men are beneath me. This woman is a celebrity in her mind or in her feelings, because remember, she's not being told to use her feelings, even though they have the access to use them. Remember, they're just playing the game. We're being forced to subscribe. They are just playing it. So they dance along as the monkeys they wish to be, for the people they wish to be the monkeys for. And they act out as the harlots they pretend to be. And as they act out pretending to be these harlots in which they pretend to be, because they cannot actually truly be harlots, they're just pretending to be evil. Real stupid, fake evil, mental and moral qualities, remember? They're just pretending to be evil because the devil's entrenchment tells them to go against the ways of their ethereal nature. If she ain't ethereal, she ain't real. Because if she ain't ethereal, she does not walk on moral perfection. What's moral perfection? Full awareness of what you are doing, what your neighbor is doing, and what all others around you are doing as well. Doing, behavior, principles. I will never despise you, my ethereal wife, but your counterpart, the fake you, in which is trying to take you. I will always despise it with all I have in me to do so. I'm not afraid to tell you. I just know the consequences of doing so. But what is taking you away from me, it's gonna fall. You're not gonna go with it. You're just gonna watch it do so. I only live for your well-being. So, in this video, I just wanted to help whoever may watch it have some capital discernment or have more of an awareness and or a more better style of selection when it comes to picking out a woman. Because in these days here, virtually any woman you come across, if you are not fully prepared and perfectly equipped to be what she needs to see, they will reject you. Do I have a problem with this anymore? No, because I seek something differently than a white picket fence life. I seek total soul liberation now. There's just a few more things I had to say out loud and stop along the way. Like, for example, drop off as many gender war ending love bombs as I possibly could. Gender war ending. Remember, the goal is to live in peace, love, unity, and advancement. The goal is to embrace peace, respect, balance, and progression. The goal is to stay good, stay beautiful, stay normal, and stay natural. The goal is to work with all of Ye and myself who are about calmness, serenity, love, and righteousness. That's what it's all about for me. Soul freedom, soul liberation, soul sovereignty, soul coexistence. You want to know what the ethereal realm is? A constituent of the soul of souls. You want to know what the astral realm is? A constituent of the soul of souls. You know what the quantum realm is? A constituent of the soul of souls, the soul of the universe itself. It's all one thing at the end of the day, one power that need not to be arranged anymore, only understood completely as it is. Do you know what it is currently? Before you go flipping it around and rearranging it. Do you see what it is? Do you see how it is? If you can just see what is actually right for you to do for a moment, could you just look at it, analyze it, and study what it's doing for you truly? Maybe even decide to copy it, especially if it is you. I just have faith that if these answers get out here, no matter how they get out here, humanity will be charged to do better. I just have faith that if humanity knew who humanity is, humanity would do better than what they are doing currently. I have faith that this can work. I have faith that you will work. So I'll take the time, whatever time I have, to just say these words out loud to you. I do work a lot. I am putting my money in the right places. But you forget what grounds we stand on. Things happen, long story short. No matter whose side caused it or made it happen. Meaning whether it be mine or theirs. Things just happen. Can we control them? We should be able to. Especially if we want every outcome in our lives to be good ones. Right? Just want good grounds for me and my woman. How I get there? What is it going to take? What is it going to be? What's going to be necessary for it to manifest? I know now. So now I just need to get everything out of the way to ensure I get what I need, incarnation into the foundation, for it to manifest good grounds with me and my woman. What kind of woman, though, huh? An ethereal woman. You may not get it right now. It may not make sense to you. It may seem awkward because of the way I'm presenting it to you. But when it settles in and you see how the literal magnitude regarding the importance of having a virtuous woman around you or in your life truly is, maybe you'll think about these parables with a bit more consideration. But I'll leave those thoughts to you. Because here's the thing. What can we honestly do when we don't have the powers to do what we need to do? Do you know what it's like to be powerless and helpless in the same scenario? Do you know what it's like to have no abilities to do what you need to do in any situation that you may enter? By the way, this lighting is not intentional. I don't have my necessary foundation set up yet. I'm working on it. Stock show did take a downturn, huh? Boy, sabotage car stocks. Nobody cares moving forward here. I just want to mention how, or long story short, I just wanted to mention how ethereal women are the greatest kind of women in all of reality. Whereas harlotry women are the literal scum of the cosmos itself. I don't hate harlots. You want to know what I do hate, though? What got harlots being harlots. Isn't that the saying? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Wouldn't you consider physical harlots to be players? And the game itself to be the foundation in which they grew up upon, which made them, which ensured they would be as the way they are. No, I don't hate harlots. I don't hate anything. I see the problem in things. I don't have a problem with anything, not anymore. At least I'm working on ensuring that I can eliminate having a problem with things. I see the problem in things, like Terrence Howard seeing in 1 × 1 = 1. Terrence Howard doesn't have a problem with Isaac Newton. Terrence Howard doesn't have a problem with Isaac Newton. Terrence Howard just sees a problem in Isaac Newton's equation. 1 × 1 = 1. 1 × 1 = 2, just like he said. I agree with him. Nothing is stagnant in the spiritual realm. Nothing is. God never stops working. 1 × 1 = 2. So that would mean 1 × 2 = 3. Then that would mean 1 × 3 = 4. And 1 × 4 = 5. And so on. Never stop moving. Our spiritual powers are always growing and always developing and always moving in the right direction. Once you all come to the realization of this here specific character trait regarding yourself and who or what you truly are, you may embrace it and let it do in you what it was built to do in you. Move you for the better. My dear sisters, question from a man such as myself. Just a random question. Why are you not tired of hating your brethren? Where do you get off? Why do you get such a kick out of hating men you don't like? Do you realize I just want to go that way? Why are you attacking me for doing it? Honestly, I just want to love you even though you want to be colonizers. I just want to love you. Long story short, yo. Then do it then, huh? You're circling me around into thoughts I don't want to be in. I don't want to be in these thoughts. I just want to end this video after I say shalom, shalom, shalom. And then say a few random extra words. My love for you will always be an intense one. It'll never fade. I will defend you so-called black women till the day I die. Why? Because I want to. Yeah. Therefore, unto all of you so-called black women out there who ain't got no choice but to eventually accept my defense for you, now you obligated to hear me say this to you. I love you all so, so, so very much. Even though I am the way I am, I love me, my black woman. The so-called black woman. So-called black woman. I don't like to consider you as black. I like to consider you as God. I just see you for what you are. It's so hard to not see you for what you are anymore, truly. It really is. I just know I got to keep saying the right things to try to get you to come back to the characteristics. But then it's like, if I keep over saying it, it's going to draw you to a really, really soft, like kind of not too stoic, but kind of sort of more so vulnerable because you'll be so positive and not ready to defend yourself against the evils and wickedries of this world. Yeah, I know I'm always going to be on that tip no matter what. We're at war. I want us to stop being at war. These are end the gender war words. These are end gender war words. That's what these are. That's why they sound so kind of cringe and all over the place, because it's like I didn't necessarily have what I needed set up to completely end the gender war by myself. You dig what I'm saying? Because see, I have the capabilities and the powers to completely and overwhelmingly put an end to the gender war completely and entirely alone. You dig what I'm saying? But due to the foundation not being exactly precise and set up as the way I need it to be, it's kind of sort of difficult to love you so much that you'll never see your brethren as the enemy again. You dig what I'm saying? And plus, I know just, by me saying these words on the video, if you're still listening all the way through, if you haven't just clicked off and left, you're obligated to just hear these words being your thoughts now. You're obligated to hear how much somebody like me loves every black woman alive. You're obligated to hear that now. I love every single melanated woman in existence. Even the harlots. Don't matter. And you just heard that. You can't unhear that. That sucks, doesn't it, when you operate off of evil grounds? To hear how someone just loves you, even though you're on those kind of grounds. You are coming home. You are. You're just gonna lose. Just give up. Like, if I had what I needed, these little games y'all want to play with me, I know how y'all playing these games, yo. And I got tactics and I got words, you dig what I'm saying? I can beat y'all at this game here, yo. Y'all not fooling me, yo. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is just another Christ game. You know what? I think I should call this video. Nah, I'm gonna just call it the Ethereal woman versus the Harlem woman. Or I'm gonna just call it the Ethereal woman compared to, I think I'm gonna just call it My Love for the Ethereal Woman Explained. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.